There is often a feeding frenzy around the Wright feeders. We counted 30 to 40 banana quicks at one time and found by experiment that they can devour a piece of sponge cake in about 20 minutes.
They must be one of the most successful species in the Caribbean, even nesting close to the feeders. Purple honeycreepers were also common at the feeders.
Adult males are very striking and easy to identify, but the females and immature males look quite different. Palm tanagers are common feeder birds throughout the Neotropics. Here they were joined by white line tanagers and the occasional silverbeak tanager.
But when the big crested oropendulas arrive, everyone else has to move aside.
Surprisingly, red-legged honeycreepers seem to be absent at this time, although we were told they had been there a month earlier. However, green honeycreepers were regular at the feeders. One needs to check underneath the feeders too, as this is where our best views of grey-fronted dove were obtained. The tegu lizards and the agoutis also came in to clean up the scraps.
Before we get into my talk, my brief talk, I want to do some introduction. And what I want you to tell me is your first name and tell me where you're coming from, so we have an idea who did that. My name is Theo, and myself and my wife.
You have to pay extra for a side trip to Wright, the so-called home of the hummingbird. Here, nearly all the species of hummingbirds which occur in Trinidad can be seen at the correct season. That means 13 out of 17 are possible here. Theo has at least 35 feeders in his yard, and he told us he has to buy sugar by the shopping cart load to keep pace with the birds. The common species can be found at Wright too, but at Wright we had several sightings of long-billed starthroat, which is rare at Wright. We also saw brown violet ear, black-throated mango, and green-throated mango. Even though the green-throated mango is supposed to be virtually restricted from mangroves, one or two are said to be regular around this garden.
You can see the continuous black stripe all the way down from the chin with no gap.
Mangoes can be difficult to identify, especially when backlit. You need good light on the throat to see if it is really green or just looks black. However, black-throated has a narrow bluish border running down beside the black.
While on a good view, green-throated really does have a green throat.
Both species have intense wine-colored inner webs on the tail feathers, best seen when the tail is fully spread.
Yeah, but they're filming right now.
Yeah, but
Okay.
good afternoon. Depending on the light.
One of the commonest hummingbirds in Trinidad is the copper-rumped hummingbird. When seen well, it really does have copper iridescence on the rump, but this becomes fainter further up the back. Also, on a male, the tail is deep blue. However, a frontal view in poor light could be confused with blue-chinned sapphire, which also has mostly bright green underparts. In this situation, the small white thighs visible on the male copper rump should help with the ID. Now, can you identify all 10 species in the following clip?